Hey, I just want to talk a little bit about third down defense, if I could, with you guys. Last 3 weeks, especially, it's like 27%, which is like the best in the league in those 3 games. What has changed? Why have you guys become so effective on these third downs?
Yeah, I think that we're kind of dialing in. We're figuring out what our best calls are, how to get off the field, and really just focus on those calls and how, obviously what the offense is doing, and just trying to attack it that way. We've just been communicating a lot, focused a lot on third down. We understood that early in the season we weren't meeting our expectations. So last couple of weeks we just tried to, like I said, focus in and watch some extra film and figure out what they're doing. That way we can get the best calls for it.
Leslie said that, part of the problem early was all the new guys that came in with the front seven, but you guys in the back end, it's pretty much the same guys. So was it a matter for you guys that had to get on the same page too, or just having some bad luck maybe in there? What was some of the problems?
I think it's a little bit of everything. Obviously you gotta come together as a team. The front has to work with the back end has to work with the front end. And then from there, everybody could have been playing a little bit better early in the season. So, but that's what we talk about the process. You're not going to be playing your best football in September, October. You want to be playing it now, and that's where no offense to you guys, but you guys come to us and talk about third down a lot, especially in the season, because we weren't meeting our expectations, like I said. But at the same time, it's a process. You got to keep getting better, and I feel like we're at a situation now to where we're going out there, we're competing, and we're going to feel on third down.
Yeah. Of course. Thanks, Micah.
Hey, Micah, it's John. Going off of that, how challenging is it to accept that you're not going to be playing your best ball and work your way through that, understanding the expectations that I know you guys have as a unit yourselves?
I think that just goes along with, being a professional. Never getting too high, never getting too low. Understanding that when you're not doing something right, you correct those mistakes. And when you are doing something right, always figure out something you can get better at. And I think that's what we talk about around here. It's all about the process and what you can do from the beginning of the season to the end. Not making the same mistakes and just getting better each and every day. And it's, even if it is practice, like we just had, focus on something that you can get better at. Because at the end of the day, 10-3, we're playing some good football. We won a lot of big games, but at the same time, you can always get better.
Can you sense that you guys are a different unit and playing at a different level now than you were early in the season?
For sure. I think that we, like I said, we understand the personnel that we're playing with. The defense is coming together. We know that on the back end we have to cover well to give the front some time to get to the quarterback, and the same thing, the front has to get to the quarterback to give us a little break on the back end. So, it's just we find our identity on defense. Where, like I said, understanding the calls that we're calling, and kind of put a little more study in to figure out what the offense is doing.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Of course.
Hey, Josh, I can't hear you. We're going to go to Perino.
Hey, what's up, Micah? Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so, coming off of probably his best game as a pro, you guys got Drew Lock in this Denver Broncos offense. What challenges do they present? What did you see on tape so far this week in Drew, and what you guys got to do well against him in this offense?
Well, I think number one thing, he's a competitor. He's been out a few games, but at the same time, the games that he's been in, he's been out there fighting. I don't really care what their record is. Same thing each and every week. We don't care what their record is. We know this is a good football team. They got weapons on the outside. Obviously with the 2 rookie receivers and tight end, Iowa guy. Iowa guys are studs. So definitely understand that. But they've got obviously running game, 2 really good running backs. So just another talented offense, and it starts with him. He's able to make any throw on the field, and we understand if we get pressure in his face and get pressure on him at times, he turns the ball over. And I think that's with a lot of quarterbacks in this league. Once you kind of pressure them a little bit, get in their face, they turn the ball over. So that's something that we're going to try to create. But at the same time, we understand that he's a competitor and he's going to keep giving it to us.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Hey, Micah, John Warrow, AP.
Somebody.
Just, I'm not. I missed the first part of your availability, but I'm curious to know what the patience that Leslie Frazier showed through the first half of the season, maybe the first 5-6 games of the season, in this defense. How beneficial was that for you guys to not really hit the panic button and to kind of follow his lead?
Well, I think that that just goes to show the trust that we have in each other. We trust that he's going to get us in the best call possible at any given down. We trust that he's gonna line us up in the right calls, and other way around, he trusts that we're gonna make plays. So, like I was saying, earlier, it's a process. You got to really focus in on if you're making mistakes, got to correct them, and if you're doing well, find something that you can get better at. And I feel like that's what we've done this season. And it starts with Frage. Each and every day, he's talking about going out there competing, practicing hard, and watching a lot of film and going out there on Sundays and competing. So, we respect Frage. We've been here long enough to know that he's going to get us in the right position, and he knows us well enough that once Sunday comes, Saturday, whatever day we play on Tuesday night, that my bad, that's tight too. Not really to play, but most nights we're ready to go. Can't hear you, John.
Yeah, I think you muted yourself, John.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Explain to the outside person, because this defense was really coming back almost intact, but with minus some big pieces and Star and I think there was one more person, but the
Shaq,
fact that
Big Phil.
Phillips, right. But the fact that you guys needed that extra time to find that, was that expected, or was that a surprise that you needed to find that, needed that extra time to come together?
You could have the same exact players each and every year on defense, and it's going to be a different situation. Nothing's promised in this league. Just because you have 10, 8, 9, 10 returning guys on defense, that doesn't matter. That doesn't mean you're going to have a top 3 defense all over again. So we understood that, and coming into this year, it's a little different with COVID. You're not able to hang out off the field, and I think that's very important. The big thing while we were so close and so good last year is, we all care for each other. We all hung out outside of the complex. We all genuinely care for each other. We look forward to Christmas events and stuff like that to get together and hang out with the guys. We can't do that this year. We came into training camp and it was a little weird up until honestly week 5, week 6, 7. I'm still getting to know guys, and that's unique because usually during training camp is the time you get to know a lot of guys because we're in Rochester. We're not doing much. We're in the cafeteria meeting each other, talking, and I think Sean does a good job of getting guys up in front of in a team meeting and kind of introducing yourself and talking about your family and your why and all that type of stuff. So we weren't able to do that this year, and so I feel like the camaraderie that we had, the chemistry that we had, it wasn't there right away, but as you can see, we're working towards that, and I think Sean's and Frazier are finding good ways to get all the guys in front of each other and really get to know each other.
And finally, from me, then I'm not saying you've arrived yet, but is there a sense of appreciation that you're on an upward trajectory? You found that at essentially the right time of the year.
Yeah, you definitely will be playing your best football in December. I will say that. But at the end of the day, you got to bring it each and every game. We understand in this league you can go from a Super Bowl contender to first overall draft pick like that. So we understand that, and you got to continue to work each and every day, and that's what we're trying to do here.
Thanks, Micah.
Hey, Micah, I hope you can hear me this time.
Yes, I can. Yep.
Hey, how important is it for safeties to not only be able to play in coverage, but to be able to come up to the line of scrimmage and stop the run? And have you seen an evolution at all in your position since you first entered the NFL?
Yes, I have. I think that when I first got into the NFL, it was a more big hit, bigger, 210, 215 type safety. Whether if it was a box guy, and then obviously you had the free safety that was just roaming the middle of the field. I think, I'm not really sure about any other team, but for our team, you got to be able to play both positions. You got to be able to play in the box. You got to be able to cover one-on-one on a tight end or a receiver. You got to be able to play in the middle of the field with good eyes. You got to be able to tackle as well as anybody. So, and I think that a lot of teams are kind of turning former corners into their safeties, which you can see here. All the former corner pros, the former corner. Around the league, you see it also. So, yeah, it definitely is an evolution in the safety, and I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a little bit of that, especially on the goal line stand. You were able to stick your nose in there. I'm talking about the 49ers game.
Yeah,
you were able to make a couple big tackles down near the goal line. What watching Jordan Poyer, obviously, no safety in the NFL has more tackles than him right now. What makes him such a good tackler in the open field and close to the line of scrimmage?
I think it starts from his practice habits. I think that we're in practice, we're fitting up the run, fitting up whoever, and even after practice, we get done with the practice and we're hitting the dummies, we're doing all type of stuff, just trying to work on our tackling. I think that's why he's so good. That's why you see him in the box making other plays.